Hey everyone, I wanted to talk about the engine's evaluation and what to make of it. If you're like me, perhaps you've wondered when is that raw number that the computer gives you telling you that the evaluation is decisive, that there is one side that should win with perfect play. When does it simply mean that there's a big advantage or a small edge for one of the both sides? Now, I have to say I would love to ask this question to a super GM like Hikaru Nakamura, but since that is not possible, I will do the next best thing, which is ask Chessbase, a piece of software that's widely recognized in the chess world as, very, very good, and which has a correlation between the numbers and something a little bit more humanly readable, such as, the position is approximately equal, there's a slight advantage, and so on. So without further ado, let me give you a couple of examples. Okay, so first things first, a 0.2 advantage, something along those lines, is not considered an advantage according to Chessbase. It's basically slightly equal. So, people may argue that here there is an advantage to white. Perhaps if I let the engine run for longer, it will give some sort of advantage. But from what we are seeing right now, it's approximately equal. You can see there, even though it's 0.17, 0.18, and it makes some sense. To be honest, do you feel an advantage when you're in such a position, or do you feel like things are, sort of okay for both sides? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Now, the next thing is when the computer gives you an assessment that Chessbase considers to be slight advantage. Let's say we have Scandinavian, for instance. This white is more developed. We develop the knight with tempo. We get to play another move. This is an advantage according to Chessbase, and it's 0.6, 0.7-ish according to the computer. So when we reach that, so from 0.4 or something like that, maybe 0.3, 0.4, up to around 0.6, the Chessbase thinks that the computer is telling you a slight advantage. Then at the 0.7, 0.8, it starts to tell you that it's a huge advantage. So, for example, let's say that the opponent plays the Karo Khan here, Tartakower variation, and they take with the G pawn instead of the main line taking with the E pawn. So here, as you can see, Chessbase is saying there's a big advantage for white, and it's around 0.9, 0.8. Even if it were 0.7, as we were seeing just now, fluctuating the EVAL and that other position, if it is like 0.7, it already gives you that big edge. So that goes up until 1.5 approximately, and then I believe it's at 1.6 that it goes to that decisive part. At 1.7 certainly, but maybe 1.6. So let's say that we have the Petrov here and we have a Stafford Gambit. So this is decisive. As you can see, once it gets to like 1.6 advantage, it's saying decisive, with perfect play, white is winning. So that is it about this correlation. I hope it is somewhat useful to you. To me, it was interesting to find this feature here, as I was wondering about that relationship between the raw number and something a little bit more human-like. Of course, this is again just interpreting the raw number. If you talk about the assessment of a position with a master, they're always going to tell you invariably, I think, that that you need to take a lot of things into account, like is the position more forcing, how the amount of moves. I saw a grandmaster saying in a post, the amount of moves that how many moves can keep that assessment. So Do you only have one move that leaves you with an advantage, or do you have a bunch of moves that you can choose from? How natural those moves are, like how humanly playable, or are they some crazy engine stuff? The engine went very deep and found something, like 10 moves down the road. So yeah, I mean, if you ask for a more human way of assessing a position, that's much more complex. But here we are talking about only the number. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if this is useful to you, and what do you generally consider when looking at an engine? What do you give some relevance to? When do you consider is completely unimportant? Take care and see you around.